ready to go.
Good.
Live streaming. We'll play a little something for you here. You guys won't be able to hear it, but I'll hear it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Static Show. This is Bob.
Hey, everyone. This is Miles.
It's Miles Puppy Mill.
Yeah. I'm regretting a lot of life choices.
You're like, it's only one more. It's only one more.
I know, right?
Miles enjoys getting his toes sucked, but he can't handle the rest of the time for the animals there. So, welcome everyone, Static Show. Miles, did you happen to get anything in the mail today?
No.
Seriously?
No, I didn't get anything.
Okay. Well, shit. That was going to be part of my story.
Well, you messed that up.
Well, what I sent Miles, I went to visit my mother recently, and I sent Miles a picture of an object, which it was supposed to arrive today.
How was it coming?
Office. It was in the USPS.
No.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Miles?
Yeah, there's a Cowboys fan that delivers the mail, and I waved to him today. So.
Well, no, but what I'm sending you, you know what I'm sending you, because I asked you if you wanted.
Yeah, it was like an old vibrator or something, right? Your mom was like,
no. It was a 1985 Super Bowl Doritos telephone.
It wasn't a two-headed dildo, or
no? Come on, I could be rude about my mother. I sent you a text, and I'm like, "You want this?" You're like, "Yeah."
Well, I didn't think you were gonna mail it. You're like, "Well, you'll have to wait till you come back to my house."
No. I said I have to wait till I get around to sending it to you. Well, I was hoping it was going to show up today. Well, it'll show up. It'll show up sometime this week. But
does it still work?
I got no idea. It's from 1985. It's been in a box in a closet since probably 1985. I don't know.
Well, you've been in a closet for a long time. You should be doing okay.
So you'll have to try it out. I don't know. I did. It's mint in box. I didn't want to ruin it.
I know. I'm going to eBay that thing. You said it's worth $100.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was said, but you got to give me 70% of that. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Plus, you got to reimburse me for the postage. But I was up there visiting my mother, and I bought her lunch, and then apparently stole the phone for you as part of this deal. So my wife and I are there, and we're actually had dinner at her house, and we were talking, and I think that my mother is gaslighting me.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever encountered this with your mother?
No, not really, no.
Really? Your mother has never just said things that made you go, what?
I don't know. She usually just says I'm fat. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's not a gaslight.
Yeah,
So I was sitting there talking to my mom, and she goes, we were talking about different stuff and what have you. And she goes, yeah, you remember down in Spaghettiville? I go, Spaghettiville?
Uh-oh.
She's like, yeah, by where you went to kindergarten. It was called Spaghettiville.
Oh, no.
I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you went to kindergarten down there at that old school, and they used to call that area Spaghettiville. Maybe they still do. And I'm like, looking at my wife, and I'm like, I don't have any idea what is she. literally, my grandparents lived 2 houses down from the kindergarten, and when I was in kindergarten, I would walk to their house.
Yeah.
And never in my whole motherfucking life has anyone ever called it Spaghettiville. And here we are, 50 years later or something. She's like, oh, yeah, as if every day we talk about Spaghettiville and the fact that you went to kindergarten down there in Spaghettiville.
Okay. May I ask? I don't even want to ask because I don't want to know the answer. I don't know how it actually got its name. I know.
That's what I said. Why would people call that? I mean, there's literally a 2 roads. It's not like it's a highway system. There's literally 2 roads, and they come to a T. And there is a old school that was a kindergarten when I was there.
Yeah.
It's not like a bunch of highway system where you'd say, oh, it's just a mess of spaghetti roads. It's in the country. There's nothing around it but fields and a few houses.
Yeah.
And she's like, Spaghettiville. She's like, I'm like, why would they call it Spaghettiville, Mom? I don't know. Maybe some Italian people live there.
Oh.
And I go, your parents live 2 doors from the kindergarten, and they're not Italian, and neither am I, neither are you, neither are they.
Yeah.
You know? She's like, well, that's what they call it.
Well, that makes it right.
But always called it that, son.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm looking around like, what is, something is Ashton Kutcher going to jump out of somewhere? They're going to dig up Alan Funt and he's going to come out. Bob, you won't believe it. You're on candid camera.
Hey, look at that kid walking across the field going to the school.
Going to Spaghettiville.
You want a nice spicy meatball.
And I'm like, is she losing it? I mean, do I need to call? What do I do?
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if this ever happened to you, because I'm still, I don't know what's going on. First time I've ever heard Spaghettiville. There's no signs. I can't look it up. It's not on the internet. No, she's got me hunting down Spaghettiville here like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder if this is something that old women do to their children. Because your mom's older than my mom, so.
Yeah, well, that's true. True. I don't know if I've got a Spaghettiville.
Does she just make stuff up or tell you about something that happened?
No, I mean, I've heard different things that I really shouldn't even talk about because they could either be mistaken as something,
Okay.
I remember because we did a video once about a supposed haunted restaurant.
Oh, the one in Beardstown.
Beardstown, yeah, and
yeah, we did it's called Tri-State Ghost Patrol.
Yes, and I think I was talking to someone about that, and it's kind of in a low area. It's much lower than like down the road up the hill is another town I was talking about. And
elevation wise, you're talking lower, not as in socioeconomic.
Yeah, right. No, and there's something, and I don't even know if I even want to say it with the guy.
Did he call it Spaghettiville?
No, it was much worse than that. But I mean, it's not. I mean, it appears to be like
was it some kind of slur or something? Is that what you're trying to say?
It was some kind of monkeys or something.
Okay.
But I mean, that part of Illinois, is fairly Caucasian, I suppose. But
yeah, it's just the middle of nowhere, right? A bunch of farmers.
Or not. It was something weird. I didn't want to get into it. I'm like, wow, this is like.
What are you talking to this guy for? What is like? Miles meets racist on the road, like Charles Kuralt.
Believe me, I'm surrounded by racists. Don't worry about it.
You're like, today I went down to Beardstown.
You're not going to
stop by the old 66 station, talk to a racist.
Well, it's like my wife was in college, and this guy was giving a speech. He's like speech class. He goes, "Yeah, you." And no offense to anybody here, but he goes, "Yeah, you go down to Chicago. You go down to I'll call it J Town, if you will, to buy yourself a new suit."
Okay. Is there a garment district in Chicago that I don't know?
Apparently, and I'm like I say, I'm just going to abbreviate it as J Town. Okay, this is not me talking. Okay, this guy and the teacher was like, "Hey, easy." He goes, "No, that's what it's called." I'm like,
I've never heard that either. I think this is another Spaghettiville incident.
No, I'm not even making this up. This is 100% true. I mean, I'm not from Chicago, so I don't.
There's a Chinatown in Chicago, and there's
Greek town.
There's Greek town, and there's a Polish area there.
Yeah.
I don't think they call it Polish town though.
Kielbasa Avenue or Kielbasa.
I don't know. That's weird.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just baffled by this whole Spaghettiville incident.
I don't know. So
still haven't got to the bottom of it, and I don't know if I need to be doing some kind of Alzheimer's test on her or something, or what the deal is. But I've never heard Spaghettiville uttered in my entire life, and I spent a good solid year in kindergarten, and no one ever mentioned it. We had full year kindergarten when I was a kid.
Well,
do they do that now? Do they still do that?
I thought it was a full year, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. I thought there was some half year ones, so I don't know.
I don't know. I've been out of that game for a while, man.
Well, you seem to go to a lot of high school sporting events, so I thought maybe you had a foot.
Not anymore.
Door.
No, not anymore. Not since I got that ankle bracelet.
Not since I made mention of it. You stopped doing that.
Yeah, you've guilted me into going to that. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get to the bottom of this Spaghettiville situation, but I firmly believe that my mother was putting me on and is not letting me in on the joke. And I feel very left out. This may be one of those deathbed confessions. There was no Spaghettiville. And I'll be like, I knew it. I knew there was a Spaghettiville. I couldn't find anything.
We lived in Cloud City.
Yeah, exactly.
What? With Lando.
Yeah.
We lived with Lando in Cloud City.
I'm just like baffled by Spaghettiville. It just sounds so made up, but so plausible.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I don't think that she thinks on these levels, but maybe I'm wrong.
Was she on her meds that day, or?
She takes all kinds of shit. I don't know what she's on.
Oh.
She's on. She talked about all of her ailments while I was there. That was the big topic of conversation. So I kind of tuned out. I only snapped back in for Spaghettiville.
My arthritis is really bad.
Yeah. Oh, she has arthritis. Yeah. I got my rheumatoid medicine. I went to see my doctor, and I'm like, And then, by the way, went through Spaghettiville. What?
What?
I feel like I should be. Maybe this is like my inspiration for a children's book or something that I'm missing here. So
you could write your own history of Decatur, I think.
I could, yeah. If you go up north, you might be near Spaghettiville.
Come on down to Spaghettiville.
Who knows? Down south. Corn Cob Way. The Cobbers down there in Corn Cob.
That's weird, Spaghetti.
It is weird.
That's a weird name.
So what's going on with you? I'll be investigating. If there's anybody who ever listens to this and knows about Spaghettiville outside Decatur, tell me about it, because I'm very curious.
That is weird.
I ever tell you about, now that I'm just going to use it as a reference, you ever tell you about the guy who these thugs when I was young, they were a little older than I was. It was a tall guy and a midget, and they were hanging out in Spaghettiville. I think they broke in. This sounded
just like a Christmas story.
No, it was literally this tall guy and a midget, and they broke into
Scott
the
Farkas or whatever.
Scott Farkas and the Grover Dill. No, they broke into the kindergarten and stole some stuff. And I'm like, that was my first enlightenment that midgets can be criminals too. Anyway, what's going on with you, Miles?
They ran down to Midgetville.
No, there was Spaghettiville.
Spaghetti. He lived in Little Spaghettiville.
That's terrible.
God. That's terrible. God.
You're terrible. You said it. So what's going on with you? Anything?
Well, I don't know if I can top Spaghettiville.
Oh, come on. You always got, I mean, you literally had, two dog fightingville going on there for 10, 15 minutes before we started.
Yeah, so yesterday was Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And my wife really just wanted to take the weekend easy. She's been kind of stressed out. I said, okay, that's fine.
I wonder why. I mean, it's like fucking Thunderdome in your house, for Christ's sake.
2 dogs go in, 1 dog leaves.
You're certainly the blaster portion of that situation. I can tell you that.
Master Blaster.
Master Blaster. If it blew with a dog whistle, you'd be freaking out too. So
yeah, no fooling. And so I made breakfast, Sunday morning, trying to be nice.
Well, I thought you did that normally anyhow.
Well, I do, but
you are a breakfast making kind of guy.
Only on the weekends.
Yeah, well, that's. Otherwise, you're a McDonald's big breakfast kind of guy.
Pretty much, yeah. If I wasn't so broke right now, I'd probably be eating there. But yes. And
what'd you fix?
Well, my world famous pancakes. Yes, I did make those. Yes.
Mm-hmm. With a special sauce.
Spaghetti, yes, spaghetti sauce. And shortly after we get done eating, this new dog,
mm-hmm.
sitting up on the couch, suddenly it's like, puke, just puke. I'm like, oh, fuck.
And you're the official puke cleaner upper of Mother's Day, aren't you?
Yeah, I was trying to be a nice guy. No, I'm like, no, let me do it.
Let me. This isn't going to be like that time I was at your house where you didn't want to change diapers on anybody when your kids were little.
Yeah, right. I'm like, no, let me do it.
Yeah, you're like barely getting out of your chair. No, let me take care of it.
Please. The dog's trying to get in right now, man.
Yeah, gosh.
And so
like, you're talking about me. What made this dog throw up the famous pancakes?
I don't know, but man, he just, she released like, oh
my God.
Like she's been at a kegger or something.
Okay.
And I let her outside for a while. I'm like, well, okay, once she pukes, she'll be all right. And I went outside.
Why would you put her out after she puked? It seemed to me like that would be you'd notice it. You put her out before she puked.
Why is my backyard full of shoes full of dog shit? I mean, I don't clean up things very well, as you know.
Yeah, apparently you don't.
If it was up to me, I just let her re-eat it again, like she wants to do.
Oh my God!
And I went outside, and there's I can see I think she's been puking outside. I'm like, oh, this puke. I'm like, Jesus, that's puke, right? And so I see her eating some grass. I'm like, oh, well, that's a good sign because they naturally eat grass when they're
right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like a natural thing for dogs.
Miles' title, veterinary science.
No, I don't know anything, else about dogs except I do know that. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Besides the butt sniffing, they like to eat grass. Number 2.
Yeah.
Well, number 2, and anyway, yeah.
And so I let the dog in, and she's kind of being mellow. She wasn't wrestling like you were hearing off.
Yeah.
Show
I don't know if that was. I just assumed you left on your porn stream.
No. And so the dog seems to mellow out. Then she seems to pep up. I'm like, oh, okay. Look at she bounced right back. Nope. I'm like, now there's puke mixed in with grass. I'm like, oh. It's like she
Again, you weren't paying attention. You didn't see the
no,
that
there wasn't
happens
even
before
that. It
it.
was just like projectile. It's like grass mixed
Well,
in with
what
like
was in the
Caro.
puke? I mean, you get any clue what was going on with this
I
dog?
have no idea. This went on the whole freaking day. The whole Mother's Day was this dog puking. It was like puking Caro syrup. Like.
Well, maybe it was got into the Caro syrup.
I don't know. I still don't know what this dog got into, but it's the whole freaking. I mean, Mother's Day. You think he'd go out for a nice, like go out to a nice supper or whatever, and reminisce, talk about Spaghettiville and
Spaghettiville, yeah.
No, I'm just cleaning up bodily fluids all day. I'm like, okay.
Well, usually for you in the morning, and then
yeah, I actually ran out and got more paper towels because I'm like, holy crap.
Oh my gosh, you had used all the paper towels on dog puke?
There's probably half a dozen at least different instances of this dog puking yesterday.
So in case anybody visits, if you're at Miles' house and the carpet's a little bit like stiff,
yeah,
maybe the dog, not him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, now I'm mad because I bought this carpet from my buddy that has this resale shop. I spent like $5-10 on this used carpet, and my wife's like, "Throw it away." I'm like, "No,
there's no way I'm throwing away this brand new carpet.
This came from Spaghettiville. We're not getting rid of it."
Yeah, your buddy who cleans up crime scenes. Well, half this carpet is perfectly good. Sure, there's blood stains on the other half. Just cut it.
No, but that would be weird to have a friend that did that, I think.
Put that under your couch. No one will be the wiser.
Oh, actually, speaking of that, one of my nieces was working at one of those cleanup restoration things, And she goes, I had to quit. Like, what happened? She goes, we had to go clean up this thing where a guy had blown his brains out.
Oh, okay. So
she
she's
goes,
actually done this job.
Huh?
She's actually done this job that I'm talking about. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, she did that. That was like the last thing she did there. She goes, I can't. I just can't. Like, there was
I can't believe she went through with it, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, she like I go, did you get any training? No, they just had me like some tweezers and stuff.
They just give me a bottle of bleach and a rag.
Oh, I'm like, this is not right, man. Like, she goes, I had to quit. I'm like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
I go, burn the house down.
So that's where you got the carpet.
Yeah, interesting enough. So, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
So you never did the whole mystery of the dog puking never got solved?
I don't know. I don't know if it was edibles or what this dog got into. I don't know.
Got into Desiree's edibles, did he?
I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting. So did you do anything nice for your wife other than clean up puke?
That was it. I had no time to do anything. I was like,
I was going to take you to brunch, honey, but I got to run out for more paper towels for this dog puke.
Luckily, I made a lot of pancakes because we had that for all 3 meals.
Oh, right.
Add some, strawberries to it.
I have a feeling after the first incident, I would not want pancakes.
Yeah.
Especially like blueberry or strawberry chunks in them or anything like that.
Yeah, we had goulash afterwards.
Or even chocolate chip pancakes. Oh my gosh. Goulash.
That might have been the worst Mother's Day ever. It might have been.
I'm sure there's been a worse one, but maybe not because of the dog.
No, personally. I'm saying personally. On a personal level, I would say that might
Did you get your wife anything? Did your kids do anything?
Paper towels. I got her
the value pack. My son comes up to me on Mother's Day and he goes, Dad, I'm gonna buy Mom lunch. I said, oh, that's great. She just mentioned to me she wants to get Chinese food. He's like, I'm not buying no Chinese food.
my boy.
I'm like, why not? He's like, I'm not paying for that. I meant something that I would like.
Oh.
What a great kid.
I like this kid.
Sounds like you.
I know.
Oh my goodness. So, Pablo, you got any dog puke spaghetti stories?
Well, I'm mesmerized by this whole conversation.
He's like, why did I even show up for this?
No, this is great. It was worth it. I always wanted to get a dog, and now there's no fucking way I'm going to get a dog.
I would advise against.
I'm mesmerized by the conversation and the fact that you have a picture of Stonehenge behind you.
Oh, yeah. You like that?
And yeah, I like that. I mean, that is a representation of penises from 30,000 years ago.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Rock hard.
It rock hard, and it stayed up for 30,000 years or whatever it is.
If you look really closely, you can see the Viagra logo chiseled into them.
Holy cow, you're absolutely correct. Viagra has been around for a long time.
They've been around for a long time. Yeah, it used to just be a herb, but it's expanded into pill form.
No, but I watched this YouTube video, Girls with Dogs. She's a groomer, and every day she's Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a video like that too, but it wasn't.
No, it's on the up and up, and she grooms all kinds of dogs, and some of them are nice, but I never seen one of them puke on camera.
Really? Well,
but now that I know that, forget it. I'm going to get a cat.
Yeah. If you were to look around Miles's house, he probably could figure out what it was puking, why it was puking, because there's probably just all kinds of shit laying around for it.
There is.
You know, it's probably like, oh, there's a half-eaten can of frosting. I'll just let the dog get into that. You're like. Later in the day, Miles is like, "Hey, who ate the rest of my frosting?"
So, Miles, what's the best kind of dog food if I should get a dog? I mean,
table scraps.
Table scraps.
All right.
Duncan Hines frosting in a can.
Yeah, Miracle Whip is good.
Whip. Okay. Chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip. Yeah,
dipped in Jack Daniels, perhaps.
I didn't know this, but did you know that the I think it's called xylitol is a ingredient in sugar-free gum, a lot of sugar-free gum that is deadly to dogs.
Oh,
speaking of chocolate chip cookies, it's in my head because recently I was talking about this. Yeah, I love to chew this grape gum. It's sugar-free, and it's got xylitol, and so you can't let the dogs get a hold of it because it'll kill them. And I'm thinking, why the hell am I chewing it?
I mean, yeah.
It's not. I mean, it can't be good for me.
That's why we chew Beemans.
Yeah, you like the bee? Yeah, the bee.
So that's like cyanide for dogs.
Yeah,
right.
Apparently, I didn't realize this.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
and good to know.
Don't. But I would say, discretion on the dog, Pablo.
Yeah, what breed of dog do you guys recommend for a beginner like me?
Miles?
I had bad luck with the Yorkie. I would not get a Yorkie.
I had a Yorkie when I was a kid, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a lot of bad luck with that dog.
Yeah, that dog was the horniest dog. I swear.
Yeah, they screw. God damn it.
If you want a dog, if you get a male Yorkie, and you want to go for a walk in the park, then woo, woo, woo.
It's a humping dog. It will hump my legs. And
it'll hump everybody's leg. They're the horniest thing in the world, these little dogs. Most of the dogs I've had have been mutts, and some have been good and some have not been good.
Yeah, get a mutt, man. Don't spend a lot of money on a dog.
Yeah, we just go to the rescue.
Pound.
Yeah, we do. Almost all the dogs we've ever had are rescue dogs.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't have any dogs currently. I only have cats currently. So Miles, what's that?
I'm going to go to the pound and ask for the humpiest dog I can find. One that anything that
Bob looks out for the ones that like P, B, and D, I guess. So.
Yeah, you're gonna take my joke from before we started recording.
Peanut butter and dick, is that what you said?
His dog. So Pablo, his dog was barking, and I go, get that dog some P, B, and D, and he goes, what? I go, peanut butter and dick. And now he tries to steal it just minutes ago.
Okay, let's steer the conversation in that direction. Which dog will give me a blowjob? I mean, what breed? If I put some peanut butter,
I would suggest something without teeth.
Yeah.
Unless you're into that. I mean, I don't know where you're at on this, Pablo, but
why not? I mean, let's put the dog.
If you're going to go into the PB and D direction, you may want to consider
the teeth. Yeah.
Something that's a little more tongue and a little less teeth.
I'll take my new dog to the dentist and have him remove the teeth. There's got to be a dog dentist, right?
I don't know if that would throw any red flags for the SPCA if you're taking your dog to the dentist. You're like, these teeth.
It's going to be a consensual relationship. I don't rape dogs. If they want to, who am I to say no?
I was watching this documentary on Jimmy Savile over there. You know who he is, Pablo?
No, but it sounds funny.
Okay. Well, look it up.
Jimmy Savile?
Savile, like Savile Row, like,
He just told me this really disgusting story about this guy.
Oh, no, Pablo's looking it up.
No.
He was British.
He was British BBC presenter who got in a lot of trouble. Well, he didn't actually get in any trouble but his legacy was in trouble. Yeah, he was a pedophile.
I heard of him. Oh, wow.
Anyway, it's a good documentary on Netflix if you want to check it out.
Bob's just checking out on a how-to.
Oh, come on now.
Sexually abused hundreds of people throughout his life.
Yeah.
Wow. He's my hero.
Most people just get to do that to one person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's usually just themselves.
Yeah.
He got away with it. Holy cow. Until the end.
Well, no, he got away with it because he died before they got onto him.
Oh, wow.
It's bizarre story. You should.
I'm reading it.
You should watch the documentary.
Okay. There's a documentary too.
But anyway, to answer your question, Pablo, if you're gonna be a dog person, there's Miles has a menagerie. He's had dogs, he's had cats, he's had hissing cockroaches, he's had, you name it. He's had,
No.
You haven't had snakes as far as I know, have you?
I don't know. I would never have a snake.
Okay. I've only had dogs and cats. What?
No, I was going to ask him if he sexually abused any of those animals. I want to hear that story.
If exposing yourself is sexual abuse, then maybe.
I think that's enough torture for an animal just to see me naked.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But so you have to make a consideration between dogs and cats. Cats don't have to go outside. Dogs, you will want them to go outside. Cats, though, will puke in your house, but typically they will give you a signal.
Oh,
yeah.
And,
sounds like
Bob's prom date.
Yeah, hairball, and then they throw up. So
it's not like your prom date.
So yeah, I don't know. So you have to consider all these variables before you make a choice. I think.
Yeah, I was thinking about a Saint Bernard. With the little barrel underneath, so that I can drink together.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. That might be a tough call. Do you live in an apartment?
No, I have a house.
Oh, okay. You have a big backyard?
Yeah, I have a big backyard.
Okay, well,
you have a pool?
I have a pool. Yeah.
Well, Miles is going to be out over the summer.
You got a pool table?
I used to have a pool table in the back house, but I got rid of it and I created a green screen cyclorama now.
I don't know what that means.
It's a green screen that wraps around the corner of the house, so you can actually video in 3D. You can do. So I did that for a while, like 10 years ago. It's now decaying, but I could put a dog in there for sure.
Oh,
I'm sure the dog would appreciate the green screen.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
a green, it's a run around in the green. If he doesn't like it, I'll just put something in the background.
Yeah, you can be chased
Post-
by
Post production.
Well, fix it in post. This dog's supposed to be running down an alley. What the hell?
Yeah.
sounds like he lives in that Fallout shelter thing on that they've been showing.
On the show Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's
What-
no basements here. No basements in California.
Yeah, he lives in California.
Yeah.
So, any other like stories about being gaslit or anything like that? Have anybody been over to your house and thrown up recently? Pablo?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No, nobody comes to my house. I'm the only Jew in the neighborhood, so we get field trips of kids from schools, and they point at me and they go, "Hey, there's a Jew right there." And that's what they look like. I go, "Hi, kids. You have any money? Come on."
Are you from Chicago?
Yeah, are you from Skokie, Illinois? Come on.
Schaumburg.
Yeah, I'm a Jew. I control the whole world.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
So, they throw rocks and they make fun of me, and I love it. It's great. It's
maybe you should get a dog.
Yeah.
Maybe you need a dog.
Yeah.
Kill the Jew.
All right. Well, on that
Yeah.
cheerful note,
Yeah.
we'll end this.
Yeah. I brought the podcast to a sad ending here. I apologize.
Don't apologize. It's the way of the world.
So